Thank you for joining us for Dove Talks. I'm Koya Tompkins, and today we get to talk with the development team and learn more about how they work with donors to help work with our staff to support our programs. So can you tell us about really what the development department, what you really are here for?
Well, as you well know, we have over a $6 million budget to raise every year, and so Emberly and I and our development team are responsible for nearly 20% of that total.
It's a big number.
It's a big number. We know it. We feel it. But that helps us cover those 5 programs and 83 employees that help to drive home those programs and help clients get from ultimately fear to freedom is how we describe it. There's many ways that we get to that number. We do outreach to individuals and businesses. Our claim to fame at CVIC, I think, is our Rise and Shine for Peace, Judge Sandro Rise and Shine for Peace breakfast. In that event, we really drive home the value of our Dreammaker Society and how that really helps us sustain and secure funding. This program asks people to donate at least $1,000 a year, $83 a month, over a period of 5 years, and that really helps us to sustain our programs. We also, for people who maybe aren't quite at that level or just getting to know us, we've got a Rise Up monthly giving program, and that's tremendously important to our long-term sustainability as well. But people give in whatever way that works for them. We have tremendous sponsorships through the Rise and Shine for Peace breakfast. Lisa Sandro sponsors that to the tune of $25,000 so that it's a free breakfast for those to come and learn and engage. Gate City Bank supports our Green Dot program, and we have Brady Martz helps us with our client video every year for the breakfast and broader use as well. We really try to uphold the long tradition of CVIC's fundraising philosophy to make sure that people understand the impact of their giving.
Can you share more about the impact donors have on client services? Because you're often working with the program staff. How does that play a role in the overall financial health?
It's absolutely imperative that we have our individual and business donors. Without those folks, many of our programs and even our staff, our CVICers, we would not be able to sustain them. We would have to let that go. And it's really important to, as Cara talks about all the time, going from fear to freedom, we are able to provide those services at absolutely no cost. And that is extremely important for people who may not have the funds to be able to pay for those kinds of services.
And actually, of that $6 million annual operating budget, well over $4 million of that is people, because we're in a people business, and so almost everything we do requires a person to deliver the service. And those people are really important part of our long-range vision of the Safer Tomorrows Roadmap. But can you tell us kind of where we're at today in terms of the growth of the Safer Tomorrows Roadmap?
The Safer Tomorrows Roadmap, our strategic plan to end domestic violence, launched in 2017. Nearly $1 million was raised to get that program off the ground. And we had a lot of pledges, we had some grants that came in, and we made a lot of headway. We survived in COVID and many other challenges. And all of a sudden 2022 comes around, and a lot of those pledges were fulfilled. Graciously, many donors stepped up in 2017 and invested, and we coined them our trailblazers. And a lot of those gifts that they gave at that time have been fulfilled. And so in November, just this past November, we started the next phase of the plan with the Safer Tomorrows Roadmap, and we call it the Milestone 2027 campaign. And so we had many of our trailblazers re-up, reinvest. We had others join, and more to come on that. It's about $830,000 we would need per year to continue to execute that plan. And it's a lot of dollars, and that seems to be kind of an eye-popping number, but we did it before. We did it in 2017, and we're on the way to doing that again. Lots of different ways we could get there. One is to secure 22 more pledges from individual givers, some grant gifts, and out of that 22, we've secured 9. And about $100,000 in cash gifts. So we do have a ways to go, but we're feeling good about our kickoff, and these are the dollars that we need in order to sustain the programs that we offer and to help end generational violence.
And that's just so our community, I mean, you initially started these appointments, I think, in November of last year, so we're not even 6 months into the next phase, and we've already got traction. So no pun intended, it's a roadmap. But, but that's actually a great point for our next question is really about the breakfast that's coming up here shortly in a couple of weeks, or less than that, actually, next week. Can you explain what this event really is and kind of what outcomes you're hoping as part of that Safer Tomorrow's Future?
So the breakfast fundraiser, the Judge Sondrio Memorial Rise and Shine for Peace Breakfast, is CVIC's signature event. We do it every year. And about 600 people, over 600 people gather, and the program is meant to be educational and inspirational. The event is free of charge due to the generosity of Lisa Sondrio. Judge Sondrio, years ago, was very invested in the mission of CVIC, and when he passed, Lisa wanted to carry on his legacy in part through supporting our Rise and Shine for Peace breakfast. We're so proud that we can still have that his legacy, and it's so meaningful as well. But we really want to hone in on people who want to understand more about our mission, who want to get engaged, who want to learn what they should watch for, who want to learn how they can help their neighbor, their friend, to be aware, but also to invest. We do secure the majority of our dream makers at this event, and we secured 30 last year. We're always striving for 50. Our goal is $350,000 in pledges, in cash gifts, in stock gifts, or Rise Up monthly members. This year we have Sarah Gustafson as our keynote speaker, and she has her personal story, and it's powerful. Probably what might be even more powerful about Sarah is her drive to get the word out, and so her message will be one of education too.
It's going to be a really powerful program. So maybe you could help wrap us up, Kimberly, and just kind of sharing, if someone does want to give, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, we have a wonderful website, cviconline.org, and you can give either a cash gift or an in-kind gift. There's a need list on the website. Also, you can reach out to the development team, Cara and Riley and I, and we'd be more than happy to speak with anyone, give more information, or share the different ways of giving.
Thank you for all of your hard work. I personally know what's going on behind the scenes to get ready for 600 guests for breakfast, so appreciate all you're doing for us too.
Thank you.